Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is straight out of Boston here, aka the King of Boston. Today we're back for episode number 18 of my Jim Lowry Road to the Show series here in MLB 15 The Show. And today we are moving forward, finishing off the first half of our 2016 season. We are making our final 3 starts before the All-Star break here. And we're getting things started with a strikeout of Eduardo Lopez of the New York Yankees here in Yankee Stadium on a bright Saturday afternoon. 1-0 is the score here in the bottom of the second, and we're picking up our second strikeout already, again on the fastball. And that's going to be a common theme throughout this episode. Strikeouts on the fastball. It's an out pitch that we were really effective at using when we were in the minor leagues, and we were really just able to overpower other players with our stuff. It hasn't been quite as effective since coming up to the bigs, but it's starting to get better. I mean, as we've gotten the velocity up around 96, 97, it's really become an out pitch once again, and it was so effective for us in the minors. We're hoping it can be just as effective in the majors. So it's bottom 3 now, still a 1-0 lead. Eduardo Lopez up. He's going to pop one up behind home plate, and Kevin Plawecki is there to make the play. Actually, I'm not even sure if that's Plawecki. It might be Caleb Joseph. It looks like Caleb Joseph to me. So that would retire the side. We're through 3, only 1 hit so far for the Yankees. On to the bottom of the 4th. Brett Gardner up. He's got a 1-1 count. 34th pitch of the afternoon for Lowry, and that is going to be a double for Gardner. As that one gets down the line there with Gardner's speed, he will cruise into second base and no problem. So 1-out double for the Yankee leadoff man. Actually, he's batting second today. And Brian McCann up next. He's going to hit a slow roller back up the middle into center field for a base hit. And no chance at catching McCann with his speed, although the throw does go all the way through. But it will be an RBI base hit for Brian McCann, and the Yankees are on the board, and they have tied the game at 1. So we're into the bottom of the 5th now. 2-2 count. Carlos Beltran up. He goes down looking on that high fastball, so another strikeout on the fastball, this time looking. And now 2 outs in the 6th, and McCann goes down on the fastball for the 2nd time today, so 4 strikeouts through 6 innings of 1-run ball so far. We're into the bottom of the 7th now. It's Steve Pearce up, the former Baltimore Oriole. He's going to pump one up behind home plate. That is going to be Caleb Joseph going over. He will make the play for out number 1, so a nice pitch right there. A nice little 2-strike pitch to induce some weak contact. And now A-Rod is up, 2-2 count. A-Rod is going to ground this one to the 3rd baseman. That is Machado playing over there. He throws on to first in time. 2 away in the 7th, and now we're into the bottom of the 8th. First batter of the 8th is Randall Grichuk for the Yankees. He's going to ground that one to our 2nd baseman, Rob Refschneider, another former Yankee right there, for out number 1. So 7 1/3 so far, only 1 earned. It's Didi Gregorius up next to 1-2 count, and that one hits him on the foot. So Gregorius ends up pinch hitting here. I don't remember who he pinch hit for, but as you can see, it's just a slider that runs in and goes right off of the foot of Gregorius. So that would do it for Lowry. Buck Showalter would come out and pull his young righty. So his day would be done. That run would not come around and score. So his final day, 7 1/3, 4 hits, only 4 strikeouts, but no walks, and only 1 earned run. So a pretty effective start. A nice bounce back start. You know, Lowry had not been pitching well lately. So that was a pretty effective bounce-back start, but now we've got another opportunity against the pretty weak lineup here in the Tampa Bay Rays, but already with 1 man on in the 1st and 2 men down. Longoria up. He's going to fly one to left center field. That's actually closer to left field than center, and that is Julio Borbon, who will make the play. Yes, the former Texas Ranger making that one. So now in the bottom of the 2nd, 2-2 count to Kevin Kiermaier. The pitch, another strikeout on the fastball. Strikeout number 1 in the game. Strikeout number 5 on the fastball in just this episode alone. And as you can see, blowing it right by him. Kiermaier could not catch up to that one. So it's Grady Sizemore's turn now. 1-1 count to Sizemore with 2 outs in the 2nd. And he's going to ground this one just past the glove of our shortstop Joaquin Arias there. So that will get into center field for a little 2-out base knock for the former Cleveland Indian. The former stud Cleveland Indian at that. So now this is some created player. I'm not even sure who he is, but he's up next. He's going to go and single that one into left field for a base hit. So they've got 2 men on now with 2 men out, a little 2-out magic here for Tampa Bay. Next batter is Nick Franklin. 1-2 count. That's strike 3, but it goes off the glove of the catcher. Throw to first will be not in time, and Franklin reaches. So a bad play by Kevin Plawecki right there, and that's going to allow the bases to get loaded, even though we just got our 2nd strikeout of the game. And then that's a slow roller, diving stop by Arias, but the throw to second is well late. Run comes home and scores, and the Rays are on the board. So not great stuff there from, well, I mean, honestly, it was just a little bit of bad luck, and then we finally induce a grounder. Loney grounds out to Davis, and we get the 3rd out of the inning, but you know, strike out and then a little ground ball like that, and that scores a run. It's kind of disappointing. But anyway, Evan Longoria up now in the 3rd inning. He's going to ground that one to our shortstop Arias there in time for the out. So Nice little 2-strike pitch to get Longoria, and then as Drupal up 1-2 count, he goes down on the changeup, swinging outside of the zone, chasing that one for strikeout number 3. So now it's Sizemore up again. He's already scored the only run of the day for Tampa Bay so far. He's going to make it 2. He takes that fastball to deep right field, and it just shaves the pole right there, hitting just the outer edge of it and then bouncing into foul territory. But that counts as a home run for Grady Sizemore, and he cuts the lead down to 1. It's now a 3-2 ball game on the solo shot from Grady. So now we're into the bottom of the 4th. Here's that made-up guy again. Or I don't know, he's probably not made up because I'm pretty sure he's the OS rosters for this road to the show, but some guy I've never heard of and whose name I do not remember. He's going to line one into left center field. That's going to get down, but that will just be a double there as a good relay by the Orioles. So now we are into the bottom of the 4th still. Desmond Jennings up with the man on 3rd. That's going to be ball 4, so I issue the sort of non-intentional intentional walk right there to set up the double play ball with James Loney coming up, and the guy on 3rd with 1 out. Ground ball just past the glove of the 3rd baseman right there. Some more bad luck. That's a slow ground ball. That's exactly what we wanted. A changeup on the outer half. Loney rolls it over, but it just goes to the right of Machado, and unfortunately that's an RBI base hit. And then Longoria up in Longoria. Take a look at this pitch. I mean, that's a good pitch right there. That's a really good slider, and Longoria just crushes it off the wall. 1 run's going to score. Relay gets in quickly enough to hold it to just that, fortunately for us. So anyway, that is going to be an RBI double for Evan Longoria. Now a 4-3 lead for the race. Kiermaier up. Kiermaier is going to fly 1-2 left center field. Bourbon over. He will make the play, and that will be the 3rd out of the inning. So finally we get out of it. Now bottom 5, 0-2 count on Sizemore. Lowry from the full windup. Changeup misses, but we've got some news here.
Wei-Yin Chen will be summoned now to take over following the injury.
Wei-Yin Chen.
Yes, that's right. Jim Lowry gets pulled for injury purposes, and then Chen proceeds to allow a home run to Grady Sizemore. He's 2nd of the day. So Lowry's day would be done 4 1/3, 4 runs, 3 earned, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk on 9 hits. But the bigger matter at hand is how long Jim will be out for, and it turns out it's just a bruised arm, which I don't know how you get from pitching, but whatever. So he's only out for a few days. He made his next scheduled start. It was no big deal, thank goodness. So take a look at Lowry's stats from the last month. He got no decisions in the month of June. So this is our final start before the All-Star break. Another rainy day in Baltimore here, but we're taking on the Atlanta Braves, a team they've taken on a couple times now. I think this is our 3rd start against them in our career. And Freddie Freeman to deep right field. That ball is back and gone. So the home run issues continuing here for Lowry. He's given up now, what, 2 or 3 in our last 2 games, I think, or 2 in our last 2 games. So not good stuff, and we're only a couple innings into this game. So Lowry ends up inducing a pop-up here from Delman Young, the next batter. That would be caught by Lowry, making his own defensive play. And now top 2, Cameron Maben up with 2 outs in the inning. He's going to lay one down. Plawecki throws his mask off, picks it up, fires to first in time for the 3rd out of the inning. So pretty good stuff so far from Lowry, despite the home run. Freddie Freeman up now, 1-2 count, and Freeman is going to softly ground that one to the second baseman. Ruff Schneider throw to first in time. A nice little 2-strike pitch right there. And we're starting to see some of that, 2-strike weak contact that I talk about sometimes coming back. But take a look at this. Delman Young, first pitch fastball. Second pitch, foul that one off. Then the 0-2, take a look, good slider once again. Maybe that one a little over the plate, but still, Delman Young smokes that, and it's the 3rd home run let up in 2 games for Lowry. Delman Young takes him yard, and that is going to make it a 5-3 ball game. So only 3 hits allowed so far from Lowry, but they have all come across the score. But take a look at this play. That's Joaquin Arias getting the start over at 3rd base today, and he makes a nice defensive play. Obviously, every time Machado doesn't play for us, you lose a little bit on defense over there, but still a nice defensive play nonetheless from the former San Francisco Giant, the former World Series champion, Joaquin Arias. So we walk Cameron Maben there, but the 0-2 count to Bobby Wilson. He takes that fastball, so all strikeouts on the fastball so far this episode. There have not been that many, but still, actually not to lie, we struck out Asdrubal on a changeup in the last game. So mostly strikeouts on the fastball so far, though. But we're going to induce a fly ball to right fielder, so that'd be the 3rd out of the inning. We are through, I don't even know, I want to say 3 or 4 innings so far. Actually, we're through 5. We're into the 6th now. Freddie Freeman up, first pitch of his AB, and he's going to, again, ground one softly to the second baseman. So we did a pretty good job of, handling Freddie Freeman as one of the only really tough bats in their lineup. And, you know, other than that 2-run home run, we got a couple of soft ground balls for him in the other times that we faced him. Nick Markakis up, 2-2 count. Oh, that changeup just misses. So it's 3-2 now. Fastball misses high, and Lowry is fuming after that. He thought he should have the strikeout on Markakis. Instead, 2 men on now with 2 men out, but he's got to compose himself. It's Anderlton Simmons up, and he's going to induce Simmons to ground out to the second baseman, Ref Schneider. Nice little two-seam that ran in on Simmons. He got jammed, fought that one off, but it was a weak ground ball. So top of the 7th now, Cameron Maben up. He's going to fly 1-2 right field after a leadoff double. I think it was a double. It was either a double or the guy reached on an error. But that's going to be a throw from Paredes to third, and they got him. Jimmy Paredes, a man not really known for his defense, ends up getting an outfield assist right there. And that will make it 2 outs in the inning. So after the next man reached, Eric Young Jr. is up. That's a ground ball. Flipped to second in time, and that would be the 3rd and final out of the inning. So despite Lowry not really having his best stuff today, 7 solid innings, only 3 earned runs, 2 walks and 1 strikeout. So the Tampa Bay start went pretty poorly, but the New York and Atlanta starts, you know, some solid signs of bouncing back after, you know, a couple of really rough performances from Lowry in the last couple of episodes. Numbers still pretty inflated, 4.07 dips, ERA a little higher than that, but still, I think we have some promising signs moving forward. So that's going to do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you did enjoy, and I'm out. Peace.